Today on Tanakh Homestead, I want to give you a tour of my garden. All right, we'll start over here with my strawberry plants. I received the Ember variety from a farmer friend. Very, very appreciative. So far, they're looking good. I have to put nets up, and I always wait until it's like too late to do it. So I went ahead and just preemptively put them up, because it never fails. The wildlife like to eat my strawberries, and it becomes very frustrating. So I just got some bird net and some garden poles and some zip ties, but definitely works well. And I already have some berries that just need to ripen, but it is totally worth it. Here are my blueberries in the back. They're just hanging out until they start producing in March. I'm hoping for a good harvest. I have my onions down here. I planted these not too long ago. Notice that there is a net on top of my onions, and the reason is because squirrels and everything else around here like to come by and just uproot my onion plants. So that becomes very cumbersome day after day, coming out here and having to replant, and it just prolongs them from getting established. So I just go ahead and net them until they are bigger, and then I will remove the net. Here are my blackberries. They're all looking real good, real healthy. I do need to trellis them, and I have not done that yet, which is not good. I am going to be pruning these back quite a bit in the next couple of months, but right now I'm just kind of letting them do their thing. Here's one of my little herb gardens. I have some basil, cilantro, thyme, sage, lemon balm, chamomile, and peppermint. Yummy, yummy. Nothing beats fresh herbs. Here are my tomato plants. They're looking pretty good. You can see some tomatoes growing there. Remember, you do not have to wait until they are fully red before harvesting them. Once they start changing color, you can actually harvest them at that time, bring them inside. They're free from the animals and everything else that can get to them, and they will continue to ripen on your counter. I have some longevity spinach here. You have to be careful with this stuff because it will take over, but that's why I have it in a pot. I may end up moving this. Right over here is my pollination station. It has a lot of plants that attracts butterflies and other pollinators, which of course is what you want in any garden. I have my rainbow carrots here, looking real good. I really need to get a mulch going because all that hard work's gonna... Anyway, here's my daikon. Man, these grow so quick. Remember, you can eat the tops. These are absolutely delicious in soup and stir fry. You can even put them in the air fryer. Let's see. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. Look at that. Absolutely delicious. My favorite way of preparing these is pickling them. Over here we have some Chinese cabbage. That's always a delight. You can use the cabbage in soups and stir fries and all that. We have some lettuce over here, and actually in these other two rows we have some more lettuce. We have some more herbs here. We have some rosemary, English lavender, nasturtium, oregano, garlic chives, another tomato plant, cauliflower, looking real good. Man, I gotta tell you, fresh cauliflower, you can't beat it. And then of course I have some celery, still young but looking pretty good. Here's one of my favorites as well, Chinese broccoli. For those of you that haven't seen an earlier video I did on this particular plant, I would recommend doing it. What's nice about Chinese broccoli is that you can get multiple harvests. You just cut off the tops and they will grow back, and you can do that multiple times, which makes this an excellent cut and come again crop. Here's my lettuce, looking nice and healthy. My collards here. Gosh, I love collards. You have to give them a lot of space to grow. Mine get gigantic. So it looks like there's too much space, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. Over here I have some more lettuce, and then in the back there I have my eggplant. plenty of flowers on there, so I'm hoping to get some eggplant soon. And then over here I have my mustards, which kind of look a little trampled because of my dog Rose. I just planted garlic over here. They haven't sprouted yet, but I'm definitely hopeful. Here's some Swiss chard. This is great, jam-packed with nutrients. Can't get enough of this stuff. Cranberry hibiscus, and then my loofah, which is just crazy to me. I thought for sure that it died off, but miraculously just regrew. And you see some healthy leaves on there and just gigantic loofah. I do not understand how this thing just continues to grow like it has been, but it's definitely doing it. And look at all that. At one point I had no loofah and I was like, okay, it's just gonna, but nope. Then it just started growing new ones. And look at this, look at the size of this. It's gigantic. And I don't know if you can see that baby one up there. When they're that size, they're edible. You definitely don't want to eat them if they're larger than that. Here's some of my awapui plants. You can see they're starting to brown because they're starting to die back. And actually, if you look over here, I had a whole bunch of mature awapui plants that had pine cones on them. Look at how much they've died back. And they'll just continue to break down, and it's gonna look like nothing is there, probably by January-ish. And then sure enough, in spring, they're gonna sprout again and grow those pine cones again, which are a lot of fun. Well, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed my garden tour, and happy gardening. Bye-bye.